Hello and welcome. I am Osas-Daniel, the Mind Master. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 tips to stay inspired. What is inspiration? For me, I will define inspiration as the source from which that inner energy, that inner enthusiasm and deep motivation comes when you are at the point of being discouraged, the point where you just want to forget about the things that you are doing. And you see, every one of us gets to that point. Now, inspiration is not motivation. Motivation for me, it's an emotion in motion. And if you understand how emotion works, you get to find out that emotion has its lifespan, just like every emotions you feel have its lifespan. So motivation that draws its strength from emotion has its lifespan. It has a limit to which it can take you. For instance, maybe you go to a seminar, you went to a workshop, and you have taken some trainings, and you find out that you were motivated to do some of the things, and then you took a lot of decisions. Some people even do that at the beginning of the year, and then you will find out that towards the first month, the second month, the third month, many can't even remember where they kept the place where they wrote the goals that they said they were going to achieve. Now, what do you think was responsible? They got motivated to set those goals. They got motivated to do the things that they set out to do. But because it lacked inspiration, look at the word, in spirit. It comes from within. It is not external based. It does not depend on the things that are happening around you. It actually depends on what is going inside of you. And if you want to achieve anything in life, in any area of your life, be it in your faith, in your family, in your finances, in your friendship, and also maybe your fitness, you need to be inspired, and you need to stay inspired for you to be able to achieve that goals. And that's the reason why I feel like sharing with you 6 tips. So what's the first tip? The first tip of staying inspired is for you to do the things that you love, and love the things that you do. A lot of us know what it means to do the things that we love, and we can actually say that most people who become successful in life, they are the people that set out to doing the things that they love. Now, what if you are doing something currently that you don't love it? That's not what you want to do with all your life. That is, you just feel frustrated. Most times you get tired going back to that work. Maybe I have some friends who work in the banking sector, and because they don't have the time, to do the things they want to do, they will have time to spend with their family and their loved ones. And a lot of them get frustrated, a lot of them get discouraged. But now, I want to let you know that you can actually love what you are doing. How? Look at it this way. Can you find out what that thing you are doing currently is fulfilling in your life? I'll share a story with you. Osas-Daniel was someone who set out to become he wanted to become a business partner of Thomas Edison. Of course, Thomas Edison as one of the world's greatest inventors that has ever lived. Now, when he got to where Thomas Edison was, he told Thomas Edison the reason why he came. And then Thomas Edison already have he has a way of knowing somebody that actually means what he's saying. Well, Thomas Edison would have driven him away because there was no space for a business partner. Thomas Edison wasn't thinking about that. He already had a lot of people that actually were working for him as his business and sales partners. But now Thomas Edison gave Osas-Daniel he gave him an employment. He gave him something to do, and that was completely unrelated to what Osas-Daniel wanted to do. But Osas-Daniel knew that if I am going to do the things that I love, I will have to first of all do the things that I don't love, and then make myself love this thing that I am doing, because it's serving as a platform for me to doing the things that I love. Look at that job you are doing currently. Is it not paying your bills? Is it not putting food on your table? Is it not helping you to move ahead in life? Now, while you are doing that, can you see it? Can you begin to look at it from this perspective that, wow, this thing I can actually love doing it now? When you decide to love the things that you are doing, the energy to do it better comes up, and that's where inspiration comes from. Now you can begin to navigate your way using that thing you are doing currently that you don't love, now loving it, it becomes an opening towards which you will able to, navigate into the things that you love doing. And that was what Edward C. Bain did, to the point where all the sales partners of Thomas Edison were, not interested in one of the inventions that he brought up. And then Edward C. Bain said, I can sell it. He said, you can do? Oh yeah, get into it. That was exactly how Edward C. Bain got that opportunity. Now, if he had gotten discouraged and then ran away to do something else, come on, I say, I don't love this thing. That a lot of people get discouraged and they give up. So that's the first tip. The second tip is for you to ensure that you have a strong why. Why are you doing what you are doing? If your why is not strong enough, you will get discouraged. Now, when I say having a strong why, the reason why you are doing what you are doing should be beyond you. Now, if the goals you are setting is just for you, then it means you really don't want to live long on this earth. Take, for instance, you want to become wealthy, or you want to gain financial freedom. Now, anyone that set out to gain financial freedom, if you do the things you need to do, the right things, within 2 to 5 years, doing those right things, you can actually gain financial freedom for yourself. But by the time you end up at that, what next? So your why should be bigger than you. Your why should contribute to other people. You should have, a strong why that makes the world a better place, that helps other people to do the things that they are doing. A story was shared of people who run the marathon in London. They discovered that most of them that run that marathon for the first time are not running it for themselves. They are running it for charity. They are running it to contribute to people who cannot do things for themselves. So let what you do be beyond you. It should be more than just self-centered, and it should be other-centered. And if you have that, it keeps you inspired, because when you know that, come on, this thing that I'm doing is going to make life better for this person, and if I don't do it, this person will not have a better life. It keeps you inspired. The next thing you need to also do is for you to put your identity ahead of what you are doing. Now, when you look at what you want to become, maybe for instance, you have seen that this thing that I am doing, how does it contribute to me becoming that person that I am looking forward to becoming? It keeps you inspired. For instance, do you know that when you call maybe a child of 5, 6, you just call that child a name? Maybe you call, man, you are a capon. You discover that instantly the child's walk step will change. He will start actually walking like a capon. Now, that is because you are presenting an identity before the child. And if you also look at what you are doing and then ask yourself, who do you want to become? Who do you want to look like in the future, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? Now, this thing you are doing, how does it contribute to you becoming that thing? Once your identity is related to what you are doing and you put it ahead of you, it keeps you inspired, because you know that if I don't do this thing now, it means that I cannot become this that I want to become. Now, the fourth tip is for you to give your brain the needed energy at all times. Now, if you divide the weight of the entire body into 50, the brain actually weighs just one part of the 50. But you know that the brain actually takes up to 20% of the daily energy need of the body. Now, if you understand how the brain works, you will know that people are paid for brain work than people are being paid for physical work. If you go to a site, for instance, you discover that the builder comes there, he is monitoring the work, he's ensuring that, this line is well plumbed, this one was done well, this square should be the way it should be. At the end of the day, the builder receives more money than the laborer. Why? The brain work is consuming more energy. The energy that your muscles consume for doing the physical work, it doesn't really amounts to much. That's why top management teams are paid more than those who are in the lower cadre. And sometimes those who are in the lower cadre tends to want to say that, we are the one doing the work and all these people, they don't do anything. Come on, they are the one doing the brain work. So you need to eat well. You need to give yourself the needed energy so that your brain can always be in the right condition that it should be for you to perform the things that you need to do. Now, the fifth tip you need to do is for you to prepare ahead of frustration. Now, I will be kidding you if I don't tell you that people get frustrated. In fact, a lot of people get discouraged at the point of frustration. It always sets in. But if you understand that frustration is actually a language of the brain, you will understand that frustration should be something you should embrace. Now, how do you prepare ahead of frustration? The point where a lot of people get frustrated is actually the second step when we talk about the 4 steps of gaining mastery. I have done some talk on that in my podcast. You can get to read them. Now, the first step is when you are unconsciously incompetent. At that step, you don't know the things that you don't know, and the things that makes you want to do the things that you are doing, it's actually your desire to do it, and most times that desire is not strong enough. Now, the second step is the point where you are consciously incompetent. That is, you now know the things that you don't know, and sometimes it gets so big, it gets so much, and a lot of people get discouraged. Come on, I can't go through this, let me do something else. But you don't know that at that point of frustration, what your brain is actually telling you is that your brain is preparing you to be able to accept and internalize the skills and techniques you are about to learn. Now, at that point, people who have measured the brain scan reveals that the neurons that are actually collecting the information and trying to form a neural pathway for that thing you want to do, what they are doing is that they are getting myelinated. They are forming a pigment that insulates the nerve cells so that the current of information passing through will not leak out. Of course, you know that in electricity, wires that are insulated tend to, transmit electricity, faster without leakage than wires that are naked. So that is exactly what the body is telling you. Now, at that point where the body is trying to prepare you to do the things that you need to do, that is where a lot of people give up. That's where a lot of people get discouraged. So if you understand that language, you just know that you need to be patient with yourself and then set out to, prepare ahead of frustration. Take, for instance, you have decided to wake up at a particular time of the day, and then you set your alarm. Do you know that you can be frustrated because when you wake up, the sleep is sweet. At that point, you want to sleep more. You just want to rest more. Now, if you have said that you are going to do your exercise in the morning once you wake up from the bed, do you know that you can prepare ahead by putting your exercise kit close to your bedside? And if your exercise kit is about 20 seconds away from your bed, the likelihood of taking up that exercise once you wake up is more than when your exercise kit is in another room from where you are sleeping. So that is how to prepare ahead of frustration. For instance, in one of the weeks, I gave myself a challenge that irrespective of what's going to happen to me, I will decide how I want to respond. So no matter what you do to me, no matter what anybody was doing, in fact, it crowned it up with me losing my phone. My phone got missing, and of course, I should get frustrated for the kind of work that I do. My phone is like a walking library for me, and most of my contents are on my phone. But guess what? I told myself that, maybe it was just time for me to change the phone. I kept that. I didn't have a phone for more than 3 weeks. But I just kept calm. Why? Because I had prepared ahead of that frustration that was going to happen, and I broke through. And today I have a better phone than the one I had before. So the last 6th tip is for you to commit to a lifelong learning. Yes, that's what it is. Commit to a lifelong learning. This cannot be overemphasized, and that's just the truth. It's very plain. If you are not learning every day, you will not be inspired. Because at the point of learning, neuroplasticity is helping you. You are getting, more information, because information precedes experience. And when you get information, you get more knowledgeable about the things you are doing. You are more inspired to do it. And when you see some of the things that other people are doing, maybe in related field or even in fields that are not related, you get references to want to do the things that you are doing. So that's That's my 6 tips for you that will keep you inspired in anything you want to do at any time, anywhere, any day. And I hope that this contributes to making you a successful person that you've always desired to be. And do not fail, if this content and the video contribute or mean anything to you, just click the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so and turn on the notification bell so you will always get my videos anytime they are uploaded. Thank you for sticking with me, and God bless you.